Misa, you're providing counseling to a handful of individuals. What makes your sessions different?
I think what makes them the most different is that I focus on people's spiritual healing gifts and their worldly gifts and how they can use them to heal themselves, create greater fulfillment in their lives, or experience greater awakening. I base my guidance on the readings that I provide for people and the insights that they have had since their reading about their own heart's desire and how they want to be in the world. And then we shape the counseling around that, their deepest desires, and we create a natural plan, an organic plan with steps or an outline that they can use to help them develop their gifts in a way that is of service or does provide healing and furthers their sacred journey.
And what is your background in receiving counseling?
Oh, that's a really good question, because my elder taught me that it's important to be a recipient as well as to be one who gives. So my counseling has been with some very powerful and beautiful people. A medicine elder I was right hand to for several years, a fabulous transformational author and healer, a sound healer, extraordinary sound healer, by the way, master sound healer, and enlightened masters that have come and found me and have offered to help me in my journey. And they each helped me see my true talents, my mystical awarenesses, to see my true self. They really saw me beyond where I saw myself, and they held that vision that they saw so that I could step into it in fullness. They motivated me with questions. They motivated me with insights that hadn't occurred to me. They really... The way that the counseling was done that really struck me was that, for example, a question or an insight usually lingered for years. Yes, I worked with them intently for a short period of time, but then they lingered in my heart for a long, long, long time. And that's the depth of counseling that I received.
So you've been doing counseling now for more than 17 years. Why is it important to you to do this counseling?
Well, that was also a gift from my elder. And she said, when someone holds out their hand for you and is offering to help you, then what you learn, you share with someone else. You pass that on. That's what strengthens the hoop of humanity. And so that's why I do it. It's natural for me to be a part of that circle, to hold my hand open in one and to extend the other in service.
What intention are you holding when you're in process with people?
Several things. One aspect of counseling that was very important to me in receiving counseling was an acknowledgement that it was not only what I was learning in terms of content, but it was the way that the space was being held that was so important, because that relationship actually becomes a portal. It's a divine portal. So who I'm counseling with is very important to me in terms of receiving counseling and giving counseling. I also know that more than paying the bills, most of us want to make a difference in the world. And the way that we make a difference is really with the unique talents and gifts that we have. And we know that innately. Sometimes we just don't know how to get it out there. So my job is to see the crystalline essence of you and your potential and hold that for you, and then respect that your best answers live inside of you. And they do. And that's what my counselors did for me. So it's about a truer experience of yourself. That's what I want you to have. That's an intention I'm holding. And knowing that you, when you have a truer experience of yourself, you attract the right job, or you make choices that really work for you, your healing is faster, more complete. you draw in your right life partner. It's all a natural extension of your own self-awareness. So you might notice that when people speak about their work with me, they often don't mention, oh yeah, I completely healed from, and oh, I got the house of my dreams, and I met the person, I want to spend all my life with, or some large portion of my life with. They're just so dear to me. I mean, those things are happening, but it's fascinating to me that what people talk about is that deep sense of self-awareness. Because the rest of it is all wonderful, but in the process of opening to create those things in our lives, what we discover is that the self-love and self-satisfaction that we're experiencing is what it was all about. And now that is what we hold as most dear from our experience of greater self-awareness.
So how would you describe your overall approach to counseling?
Okay. My job is to hold the space. My job is to see you in your divine essence. It is to provide intuitive questions and good insights that help you access your deepest wisdom and see right action. It's to be caringly supportive of your choices and recognize the promise of your destiny. It's already designed. You designed it before you came. Okay. And to lovingly hold you accountable. Because in my experience, most people really want to know that somebody actually cares about whether they act upon their choices. Right. So accountability in a good sense. If you choose to counsel with me, I know that means you are really ready for your spiritual self to step fully into the world. You've done a lot of preparatory work. You are ready to really emerge because your soul is hungry to experience the fullness of its realization on earth. And that is your soul's dedication to our evolution here. So I know you're ready for something very, very special in your life. And we approach it with enough seriousness to get the job done, but also with some humor and mostly a joyful celebration of who you are.
Thanks, Misa, and thank you for the difference you've made in my life with the counseling.
My pleasure, my deep pleasure.